last week we talked about buyer's agents and we posed a very real question. Are they dying? It obviously spawned tons of passionate responses, emails, calls, texts. We got them all, and there's tons to be learned from the show and the feedback. First, I'll be honest, I knowingly kicked the hornet's nest last week. I poked the bear, if you will. Don't hate me. We did this to start an important conversation and hopefully to shake the industry awake to a potential problem. Now, several of the comments and emails we received were charged with passion around this topic, and I want to review several of them, starting with Rob's comment. Rob stated, if you think finding a home is a primary role of a buyer's agent, then you obviously do not understand what an agent actually does. Emmett agreed with them, basically saying the same thing. Finding the home is about 20% of the value add for a buyer's agent. John also stated something similar. A buyer's agent role, as I see it, is so much more than finding or providing access to a home for a buyer. And Jennifer commented, what I reject is the notion that the buyer broker is a dying breed. Now first, let me be clear and say we absolutely agree with you guys that the buyer's agents are super important and should not be phased or automated out of the industry, and we agree that buyer's agents do much, much more than just find a home for a buyer. That being said, the most important person in this entire conversation does not know or understand this. This is why I kicked the hornet's nest. This is why I poked the bear. The Resource Nation can debate this all day long about whether or not the buyer's agents are dying, but none of it matters because the person that needs to hear and understand this is not included in our conversation. Well, to be fair, a few of them were, and their comments were very telling and solidified my point and the entire reason I brought this conversation up. They don't understand why they need you, why they need a buyer's agent. This YouTube comment we received doesn't speak for all current and future home buyers, but I'll tell you, it does for a large part of them, and I quote, the so-called buyer's agent has been dead for years. Why would I need a commissioned real estate salesperson to help me buy a house? As a buyer, I'll just contact the listing agent myself. I've never met a listing agent who wouldn't open a property for me to view. Or this one on our site. The public, and especially the young, every day are purchasing books, clothes, music, artwork, groceries, wine, cars, investment products, and much, much more. And it's apps and bots that facilitate this, not real people. What makes you think it will not happen to real estate, and real fast too? Keep your heads in the sand, keep telling yourself that the public needs us or they will get burned. In the end, it will be you who feels the burn unless you change how you do your business. Now, that's a bit in your face, but I love the comment, and you guys should too, because this is what consumers and some industry folks believe. We can be mad about the problem, or we can take that feedback and we can adapt. This is a very real problem. Several industries have been overhauled with technology and bots. When's the last time you spoke to your insurance agent or travel agent, or went to a music store, or went to a library? Went to a bank, for God's sake. Like Bruce said, we can bury our head in the sand and pretend it's not a problem, or we can adapt and educate the consumer. Because that's what it's gonna take, a re-education to the consumer that a buyer's agent doesn't just find a home. I mean, let's list all the other super important duties down below in the chat log. As Eric stated, the robot will not be able to effectively negotiate for you. What about concessions? Heck, what are concessions? They don't even know. Or as James said, loan gone bad, inspection gone bad, repair gone bad, lazy listing agent. And how about our millennial friend Ashley, who just purchased a home and completely missed the human and personal touch? Guys, come on. That's like one of the biggest advantages we have over these bots. You know, the fact that we're actually living and we have a pulse and care. Maybe we should leverage this over the bots. I don't know. It's just a thought. Guys, this is a great topic and discussion, but we have to take it to the streets and re-educate the consumer. The good thing about Gen X and millennials is they have a PhD in YouTube. They're educated in bite-sized 5-minute videos, and we can make fun of the fact that that's the way they're educated and it's not through actual paper books, or we could just simply leverage the technology to get the word out. I just wish there was a medium that we could leverage that would allow us to do this effectively and like at a large scale, and I wish there was technology that would allow us to advertise to them and only them. And wouldn't that be cool if we could leverage like the personal and human touch, and they could like almost see us like in a human type form, like maybe even a short video that could be delivered right to them? Man, that would be great. We could just combat this problem on a huge scale. Well, that being said, we're gonna leave you with 5 words: social media, video, and targeted ads. Adapt or die, and we'll see you guys next week, and be sure to chat it up below. See you guys later.